EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Drive begins with a run by Geis. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line.
He was brought down at the
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. On the handoff, it's Geis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Geis. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
To the 49-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On first down, Bernard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
7 yards there and a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down at the 26.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On the move to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Love now. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Flush to his right, looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A toss right to Geis. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Darius Geis, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
3rd down.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Gun. Here's Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
On the coverage.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And it's taken in at the 9. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On second down, Dobbins. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down.
Third down.
To throw now, here's Love. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got him in, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Amari Cooper, 89 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they've ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Loss of 2.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So that'll back them up 5. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Complete to Evan Ingram.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Steps away. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. stop made by Marlon Davidson.
15-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. They'll buy some time right. The LA defense got the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
9 at the 8-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. Crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Mario Davis. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At the Texans' 37-yard line.
2nd down, Long. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Third and long for Love. Flushed out right. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. J.K. Dobbins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a run with Geis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. That'll be taken about a yard deep and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a second down throw for Love here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On third down, Love. As he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Able to find his running back, Geis. The ball comes out, and now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you get everything,
and the ball comes out. Love lost it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun. Wilson, flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Throwing is Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Grant Delpit. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Dobbins, the ball
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Is just about a yard shy of the 20. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Love now to pass on first down. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He was brought down by Kendall Fuller. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 27. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Offensive line, they're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 3rd down, Love. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. This will be fielded at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Love, they go play action now. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. After the interception, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they run the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
11 on the play. 1st down, Texans.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ed Oliver that time the one to get in there and bring him down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back, and they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Oliver able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. On 1st down, Dobbins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Dobbins, the ball carrier. He was brought down by John Johnson. A gain of 4. It's now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going to throw deep for the. This is caught inside the 5.